I know that there's issues with every team, and you want to go out there and expect. I know people are very frustrated after the Orioles lost the series finale versus the White Sox. It's going
That
to
was a bizarre
happen.
game. It was a bizarre game.
Very bizarre game, right?
Yeah.
Which makes, and baseball's weird, by the way, if people haven't figured that out. But if we were going to go back to context here, and if I were to tell you right now that the Baltimore Orioles would be in first place going into the month of September, and they have a 99% chance that they're going to be in the playoffs, I think we're all taking that.
Yeah.
So perspective of it, they're doing great. You win your series, you keep winning series. At the end of the day, you are going to win the American League East. That I can guarantee you, because that also includes winning a series against Tampa Bay. You win that series against Tampa Bay, in my opinion, the Orioles will win the American League East. And we'll touch on that, Brad, later on as we move to that week, because that game's in 2 weeks. But the Orioles got to keep doing what they've been doing in the past, find a way to win the next game, and keep moving past the adversity that they've had this season. And it's no secret that the next best team that does that is the Tampa Bay Rays, and they're right neck and neck with them. You got anything to add on that?
Yeah, I tell you what, the Rays, man, I thought the way that the Orioles have been playing that perhaps there could be a situation in which the Orioles would just run away with it, and that's just anything but at this point. I mean, the Rays just continue to find ways to win, and man, I was encouraged by by the series that we played them, in the way that we played them last time around. I mean, Gunnar Henderson was just an absolute maniac during that series. If we don't play like that, or the Orioles don't play like that, when we see them, and most likely we will in the postseason, then I think, I don't know. It could get a lot more dicier than perhaps even I anticipated when it comes to the Rays. I'm really impressed with that ball club, especially with some of the adversity that they've also faced this season.
Yeah. I mean, and coincidentally, then those two teams that are dealing with adversity are the top two teams in the American League.
Right.
And that goes past the fact of just what talents you have. It's how do you keep pushing when things happen. And the Orioles had a lot of injuries earlier this season. Cedric Mullins twice, Aaron Hicks being injured. Felix Bautista obviously is the biggest name that's gone down for the team, but you can't feel sorry for yourself because no one else in sports gives a shit. No offense, but that's the reality. They can say, man, that sucks, but that's all they're going to give you. Yeah. And even for me as a player, even back, going through the minor leagues, people feel bad for you, or the sense that they hate that you're injured, but that's all they can do. And you got to go out there. It doesn't change what you got to go out there and do. And the goal is still the same. Go win ball games. And if you stop making excuses, which the Orioles have done, and so have the Tampa Bay Rays, you're going to find yourself winning a lot more games. And that's what both teams have done. And then coincidentally, I talked about if you were happy that the Orioles are going to be on top. If I had told you that the Yankees and the Red Sox would be the last two teams in the American League East as well as we're having this conversation, I think a lot of people would be happy about that too.